Yo, what's going on, and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. And today we are continuing another edition of Why You Complainin', and we're going to be talking about the monetization. And this one's a little bit obvious as why people are complaining about it, because it is very aggressive and things cost a lot of money. Just looking at this screen, right? Like, this right here is $100 and it's not even a full 90 summons, so you can't even get pity with a single one of these. And once you've bought these once, you can see it's a first time buyer bonus. This actually goes down and gives you significantly less. So before we get started, I'm gonna let you in on two little secrets that might change how you look at the game. Now, if you look at my account, I haven't spent a whole lot of money. I'll tell you what it is in just a second here. You can see I have two 6 stars, and my team, this character doesn't really even have gear. My team can do almost everything in the game. It's not a team of 5 stars. You don't need a full team of 5 stars. You don't need a full team of Constellation 6 units. This unit's Constellation 1. She is Constellation 4. I like her to get to 6 because she gets way stronger, but just not right now, I guess. He's got 0 constellations. You don't need all 5-star units. You don't need any 5-star units, but if you have them, they're fun to use, right? Because they're a little bit more rare than the other ones, and you don't need all these constellations. It's just too expensive and not worth it. If you happen to get it, just random luck, then okay, you can accept it. But I would not go for these unless you have the means to do so. Now, second secret that I got from playing these kinds of games a lot, eventually you will have everything that you want, so you don't need to try and get it all right now. If you take your time and save and invest in things smartly, you will eventually get all the characters that you want. Maybe not all Constellation 6, but that's asking a little bit much. Constellation 6 is probably the one thing you won't get necessarily unless you throw some money in. Now, if we're looking at this, again, crystals are expensive. You can see I haven't bought any of these. None of these are touched, so the first time buyer bonus is here for all of them, and the first time buyer bonus just doubles any one of these, including the $100 one to give you 13,000 gems. You need 14,400 gems to do 90 pulls, which is enough for pity. And once you've bought this one, it changes to, it's 6,480 plus like 1,600 or something to get you to around 8,000, I believe. So it'd take you $200 after you bought the first one essentially to get to a pity, which is quite expensive. Now, there are some higher value options. Specifically, if we look at the recommended, Blessing of the Welcome Moon, something it's going to give you, it's $5. Now, if we look at crystals over here, $5 is 300 plus 300 for the first time buyer bonus, so that's 600 gems, right? Now, if you look at the Blessing of the Welcome Moon, it's $5 for 300 crystals plus 2,700 gems. You're going to convert all of your crystals into gems anyways, most likely, unless you're looking at this shop over here, which these are just horrible value. I wouldn't even look at that to begin with. But that's 3,000 crystals, or 3,000 gems. Now, if we compare how much 3,000 gems is over here, it's somewhere in between these two, so probably like $20 to $25. So the Blessing of the Welcome Moon, definitely high value. Now, what's the disadvantage to the Blessing of the Welcome Moon? It takes you 30 days to get there, right? You start with 300, you get 90 every single day, so it takes you an entire month to actually get that, but it's very good value. Blessing of the Welcome Moon is one of the things that I actually have picked up. Now we'll look at the other thing, which is the Battle Pass. Now, the Battle Pass has an undescribable value, because all of these resources cost you time and effort, and there's summons in here which do have a value, and the Battle Pass is probably one of the highest value things. They're probably close to the Blessing of the Welcome Moon. Now, the Battle Pass is $10. Can you see it here? No, I guess you can't because I bought it. You can also buy like levels and extra ranks and the card and stuff, but you don't need that. None of that's really that important. It's just the battle pass over here that's $10, and it'll give you access to everything that's on the second row. Now, if you look at the first row, which is what you get for free, it's about 1/3 of what you get down here. Always you get 3 times as much on this bottom row, but sometimes you get something special, like talent level up books, which have a value that you can't really put money on in this game because it's all time and resin. And then it gives you here at the end, you get that's like 5 summons, almost 5 summons, which is pretty good. You always get 2 summons if you have the battle pass, and then at level 30 you get something that you can't get anywhere else, which is one of these currently exclusive weapons. I'm not sure how they plan to release them in the future. Could be more battle passes, something like that. But all of these weapons are quite strong depending on what you need, what fits the characters that you have. You can get a lot of value out of the battle pass. Now, how much have I spent on the game? This might be a little bit misleading because I have 30 days left on the Blessing of the Welcome Moon, but I have only spent $15, $10 on the Battle Pass, $5 on the Blessing of the Welcome Moon. Now you might ask, how do I have 30 days left on the Blessing of the Welcome Moon? Well, they did a free little raffle thing where all you had to do was put in your ID on their website on one of the forum posts that they had, which was like a competition, but it's completely random, so there's no merit to it. And all you had to do was put your ID in, put the server that you're on, and then say like a little blurb about your experience with the game, and they picked 10% of the people who put their stuff there and gave them a free Blessing of the Welcome Moon. I was lucky enough to get one, so that's a free $5 in my pocket just for paying attention to events that are going down. Didn't have to spend any money on that. It gave me the 300 gems plus another 90 every day for a whole nother month. So that's 3,000 gems that I was just gifted essentially for entering their little raffle. Now, as we go back and look at the crystals, it's important to note that it's a very aggressive monetization system, but only if you let it be aggressive. You don't need to get all the characters right away, because over time you will eventually like randomly pull them when you're not expecting to, or you'll finally get that banner that you were looking for that has the character that you want, and you'll be able to get it if you wait. The worst thing that you can do is go into the summons or the wish system. It's called summons in other games, but if you go to this banner and you're spending your primo gems on this banner, I feel like that is the worst thing you can do. If you need characters, I would always keep it to the limited character banner. And well, it might not always be limited characters. There might be other banners for characters that aren't limited, but it might be one of these base characters that you really want. So I would wait for the characters that you want to have raid ups, and I would always summon on raid ups. The only time I pull from this banner is when I get 10 acquainted fates down here, because they can't be used on anything else. They can only be used on this banner. I can't like transfer them over and use them on any of the limited banners. They have to be used on this, so I just use them there pretty much immediately, because holding on to them could have minor value if more things are added into this banner, but I don't have a whole lot of the things in the banner to begin with, so just using them is perfectly fine. Now, what I would recommend for anyone playing this game, and if you're looking to spend nothing or if you're looking to spend a little bit, I would never pull on anything that isn't a rate up for something that you want. Now, Klee is something that I wanted, so I pulled on it, and obviously I made sure to save up for at least one pity. One pity, you have a 50% chance to get the character that you want. And if you don't get it, I would save up before the banner is there. Now, it might be a little bit hard with once characters start coming that we're not expecting or they haven't announced yet. You can't prepare as much, but I would always save and wait for something to come up that you're looking for, because then you can at least have a pretty good chance to get it right when it comes out. And if you don't get it, you can save up all your resources over that amount of time and then hopefully pull it with the stuff you've saved up. As you can see, I saved up, I pretty much had exactly enough to pull 90 times on Klee, and I managed to get Klee, and ever since then I've been saving again. I already have 4 of these and quite a few gems. I didn't have to use all of my gems because I think I got her a little bit before pity, like less than 10 before pity, but somewhere around there. But we've already saved up quite a few gems since then, so we'd have more pulls to make. And another useful thing that you can always make use of, and it's going to be in the shop over here. If you go here, Star Glitter Exchange, I would probably recommend saving these. I'm not exactly sure what is going to be available to them, because these characters here are probably your most value, and they're going to rotate every month. So you can see in 5 days these will change, and you can I have enough to buy a character, and this is pretty much from all the summons I've done. I've never spent any of these yet, which is probably like 140 summons ish, around there. 150 has gotten me enough to buy a character. Now I would like Razor, but I think I might let it roll over and see if something better appears here that I need more. But you could always buy these summons. It's all free from you just having summoned previously. Then if you look at this is where a lot of value is going to come, because you're going to get a lot of these. You can see I already have a lot and not a lot to use them on. You can use them on resources and stuff, but your primary things that you want to use them on is probably Mora right here, because you're going to run out of Mora eventually, so that could be a good investment. And every single month you're going to be able to buy 5 of each of the summon item. I would just buy those out immediately. Fairly cheap, easy way to supplement your summons. So when 5 days rolls around here, I'm saving up all these. I'm just immediately going to buy out all of those. And that's pretty much what you get. You can see my account has 2 5 stars. We got a decent set of characters. I'd like to have more, but you just gotta wait, be patient, you'll get there. I have a team that I like pretty well right now. Would I change it out for a few characters? Yeah, maybe, but that's just not what I'm gonna do right now. And I've only spent $15 on the game. You could be in about the same state of spending $0 as well. It just like depends on what you need, what you want, what you can spend. But that's my piece on it. I think their system is very aggressive, and the first purchase on crystals is alright, but after that it gets really bad. So I don't know that I'd be looking at that unless I really wanted to or really had the means to do so. Otherwise, there's some cheap options that you can see to supplement your summons a little bit, because that's really what most people want to do in these games, is they want to summon. So if you're smart about it, you summon unlimited things that you want and you save up. Other than that, maybe buy a Welkin Moon. You could save up an extra 3,000 gems a month, which is already 20 more summons, 19 more summons, but like in that area. But yeah, that's about all there is to it. If you spend smart, then you're not going to go overboard, and I think that's something that's going to be easy to do in these games, so you got to be careful. But either way, hopefully you found this useful, hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.